You know the exact feeling. The room is totally dead silent. You're sweating slightly, gripping your pencil, trying desperately to focus on the task in front of you. And suddenly, out of absolutely nowhere, your stomach lets out a thunderous roar, so loud the person sitting next to you actually stops breathing and scoots their chair away. It is a total nightmare, right? You probably assume your body is just being dramatic, begging for a massive slice of pepperoni pizza. But what if I told you that embarrassing alien noise has almost absolutely nothing to do with starving? That earth-shattering rumble is actually the sound of an elite biological cleaning crew executing a high-stakes deep sweep of your intestines to keep you alive. Let's break it down. Whether you are sitting in a high-stakes corporate meeting with your boss, taking the final exam of your life, or trying to look mysteriously cool on a first date at a completely silent modern art museum, this phenomenon loves to strike at the absolute worst possible times. For our entire lives, we've all been socially conditioned to believe that this biological soundtrack, which is medically known as Borborygmi, is just the universal, undeniable alarm bell for human hunger. It's supposed to be the body's frantic way of screaming that the fuel tank is completely empty and it requires immediate assistance. So, our immediate first instinct is usually to panic, grab our bags, and aggressively dig for a crinkly granola bar or a quick snack just to force it to shut up. We want to silence the beast. But the surprising truth is, your complex digestive system is doing something vastly more important than simply begging for extra calories. Welcome to the incredible hidden universe of your gastrointestinal tract. When you hear that ridiculous, bubbly gurgling sound echoing through the room, you are actually listening to a highly advanced, automated self-cleaning mechanism springing into action. Scientists call this the Migrating Motor Complex, or the MMC for short. Here is exactly how the biological magic happens behind the scenes. About 90 minutes to 2 hours after your stomach fully empties out the last meal you ate, your digestive system realizes there's finally a break in the action. To take advantage of the downtime, it releases a powerful chemical messenger, a special hormone called Motilin. Motilin acts like the ultimate construction foreman for your gut. Once it hits your bloodstream, it triggers a massive, highly coordinated, and sweeping wave of muscular contractions. This wave doesn't just stay in one place. It travels systematically all the way from the top of your stomach down through the winding labyrinth of your small and large intestines. Think of this process as a heavy-duty biological snowplow, clearing a busy highway at midnight. This intense muscular wave violently sweeps up all the leftover undigested food particles, stray pools of digestive liquids, and microscopic lingering bacteria that were left behind after your last meal. It gathers all of this cellular garbage and forcefully pushes it down the drain. But that still leaves the big question. Why is it so incredibly loud and embarrassing? Well, it all comes down to basic acoustic physics. When you have a solid meal sitting in your stomach, that food acts exactly like heavy soundproofing insulation. It absorbs the vibrations and completely muffles the loud noises of your digestion. But when your stomach and intestines are entirely empty, they literally transform into hollow, echoing chambers, functioning exactly like the wooden body of a classic acoustic guitar. As the powerful migrating motor complex violently squeezes pockets of trapped gas, air, and liquid through these hollow muscular tubes, the resulting sound bounces off the walls, echoing and amplifying to maximum volume. So, you aren't just hearing a pathetic grumble of hunger. You are literally listening to the amplified acoustic echo of a high-pressure, biological deep clean happening in real time. And thank goodness this automated process happens every single day. If your elite internal cleaning crew decided to suddenly go on strike, the consequences would be an absolute disaster for your health. Without the MMC constantly sweeping everything forward, stagnant food debris and bad bacteria would rapidly accumulate and overgrow in the delicate environment of your small intestine. In the medical world, this is known as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and it leads to severe, painful bloating, chronic illness, and massive digestive chaos. Your body absolutely relies on this incredibly forceful, noisy, sweeping action to maintain a perfectly balanced, healthy microbiome and keep you functioning at your absolute best. So that incredibly awkward, perfectly timed rumble, it's not a sign of weakness or starvation. It's actually the ultimate, undeniable indicator of a healthy, highly advanced biological machine, actively protecting itself from the inside out. When you really think about it, it is a whole lot like watching a master caretaker silently tend to a beautiful, quiet garden. Everything has its proper place, and everything requires a little bit of dedicated maintenance to keep the underlying harmony intact. Your hard-working digestive tract simply needs this uninterrupted, peaceful downtime to fully reset, refresh, and beautifully clear the slate before the next heavy wave of work begins. So, the very next time you find yourself stuck in a dead silent room, and your stomach suddenly decides to unleash a terrifying, monstrous roar for everyone to hear, don't panic, don't hide your face, and definitely don't apologize. Just sit back, smile confidently, and appreciate your invisible internal housekeeper doing exactly what it was brilliantly built to do. Stay curious,